Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Google Hangout with the USSSA Pride rookie class of 2014. I'm Amanda Scarborough. I played at Texas A&M, and I got done way back in 2008. Now I hang out with the people of WSN 24/7 and some of the USSSA Pride people. I'm just kind of all over, as well as being a college softball analyst on ESPN. This Google Hangout is brought to you by Women's Sports News, which you can follow on Twitter, Facebook, and all social media at WSN 24/7. Make sure you follow WSN for the latest information on your favorite women's sports and female athletes. During tonight's Hangout, we will be giving out two USSSA Pride shirts that are signed by all the ladies that you're about to be able to meet. And how do you win one of those? By submitting a question to our panel by using the hashtag USSSA Pride Rookies on Twitter, the Q&A on the Google Plus events page, or the USSSA Pride Rookies Hangout page on WSN247.com. And allow me to introduce you to the rookies. We have Breja'e Washington, who played at Texas, Maddie Shipman, who played at Tennessee, Cassie Tysarczyk, who played at Texas A&M, which is my alma mater, Alexa Peterson, and Courtney Ceo, who played at Oregon. So thank all of you guys for joining us. We're really, really happy to have you. Yay. So we'll be asking questions all through tonight, and a lot of questions will come in by the fans. We can't wait to get to those. But, I mean, just starting from the very beginning, I want this question to go more towards Maddie, Courtney, and Alexa. And Maddie, you can answer it first. What were your first thoughts whenever you were drafted by the Pride?
I was really excited just because looking at that roster, those were a lot of the girls that I looked up to when I was younger, and I've always dreamed of being able to play with them, and now that I finally get that chance, I've just been really, truly blessed just to have this whole experience, and I've been having a great time so far.
What about you, Courtney? What was the first thing that went through your mind?
Kind of the same thing that Maddie said. I was just really excited that I was going to be able to play at the next level and that I was thought to be good enough to make it, and some of my idols are on this team, so for me to be able to play with them and learn from them was amazing. So I was a little bit nervous, kind of freaking out, but still trying to focus on, you know, playing at Oregon and all that, but I was just truly excited.
And how about you, Alexa?
For me, same thing. It's been quite an honor to be able to play with these amazing players, and on top of that, I was drafted after Courtney, so once I found out that I was going to the same team as her, I was so excited. Like, just to be able to spend, you know, a few more years with Courtney and get to know her better, and just we're great friends, so it's just great to be able to spend some more time with her. So.
I have a really hard time taking you seriously, but
Same with us. Same with us.
Sorry. Okay, Breja'e and Cassie, you guys were a little bit different. You guys both signed as free agents. Talk about that process a little bit and how that went. Cassie, you can go first.
You know, upon the conclusion of my okay, I can't do this. Upon the conclusion of you know, my collegiate season, it was kind of like I didn't really want it to be at the end of the road. And, you know, I was very lucky to get the call from USSSA Pride. You know, it's been such a blessing to end up here and be playing with all these girls, including all these rookies. It's been an amazing experience. And, you know, kind of like I said, I'm just, like, blessed to continue to be playing and continue to have the opportunity to put on a jersey every day.
Breja'e, what's up? Tell me.
I'm going to take off of my things, too. It's been, just piggybacking off of what Cass said, I mean, it's always been a blessing to, you know, be able to, you know, just enjoy the game and still keep on playing. And, you know, it's something that we all look forward to, and not a lot of opportunities are given to a lot of girls. And, you know, for me to be one of the chosen few that got that opportunity, you know, to come aboard and play in the MPF was just more than a dream come true. I mean, I get to play the sport that I love for, you know, longer than I did in college.
Now, there's all kind of transitions that we have to go through with softball, whether it's, you know, making the choice to go from rec league to travel ball or travel ball to college. And you guys made that transition from going from college to NPF, which is another growing experience that all of you guys have had to go through. What has that experience, what has that transition been like? Courtney, let's go to you first.
Oh, okay. I put my mask on for you, Lex, by the way.
Thank you.
Anyways.
That's why we're friends.
The transition, I think the hardest part was just understanding that all the work that you have to put into and get yourself ready with for the games and things is on your own. That and just you're playing with people, everyone on the field, 1 through however many are on the teams, doesn't matter who's up to bat or who's pitching, everyone's good. And they're the best players, and so just having that competition through every second of the game is what I thought was the hardest.
Maddie, what do you think was the hardest part about the transition?
Just how smart, everybody is on the field. Even during your at-bats up to the plate, the pitchers are learning what you can, what you can't hit, what you like to hit, what you don't like to hit. But at the end of the day, it's still 60 feet to first, and, it's the same game that we've been playing since we were little. So, it's just stepped up a level.
Cassie, what's your take on it?
Kind of like the same as Maddie. I just love, learning so much about the game from, whoever it may be. Like, I can learn from a pitcher. I can learn from, even from the players who are coaching now. It's really cool to be able to, be out in the outfield or in the dugout and talk with Kelly Kretschmann, who, is coached and who has been a player for so long that she knows the game so well. I just love that part of it, so much of being a student of the game at this level.
If anybody's just joining us, we're here with the USSSA Pride rookie class of 2014, Alexa Peterson, Breja'e Washington, Cassie Tysarczyk, Courtney Ceo, and Madison Shipman. If any of you guys watching it out there have questions or comments, please send them to us by using the hashtag USSSA Pride Rookies on Twitter, or you can go to the Q&A on the Google event or on the Google Plus events page, or to the Pride Rookies Hangout page on WSN247.com. With that being said, let's go to a question from Leland, and this is for everybody. We'll go to Breja'e first. Breja'e, what are some of your future goals moving forward now that you're at the pro level?
Oh my God, I think still learning. I have a lot to learn, and just meeting new people and be able to expand our league and try and get out and get more teams in the league and get more people involved and really spread the word about the MPF, because I know a lot of people don't know about it. So I think those are my long-time goals, to get more teams. I know right now just 4 of us. So
Alexa, what about you?
Same with me. I want nothing more than to see this league be successful. It's been such an honor, like I said, to be a part of it, and I want the future softball players to be able to have this great opportunity that I've been blessed with as well.
Courtney, you're giggling over there. I want a little bit of input about what your future goals are moving forward.
Okay, first of all, the costumes that we have on, the mustaches and the glasses, I can't not giggle about them. They're hilarious. They show our personality, so it's funny. But goals in the future, especially with this league, I want to play as long as I can and as long as they'll keep me. I love to play the game, and this first year is, far from the end. So I definitely want to play in the league a long time, improve my game as much as I can, and just get better and keep working hard, learn from the older players that we get to play with right now. We're so blessed and so fortunate that we get to learn from them, as well as just improve the league. That's going to be a huge thing for the future of softball. It's not in the Olympics yet. Hopefully it comes back, but this is what we have right now, so just making the best of it and growing it.
Madison, how do you feel like you personally can help grow the league to what everybody is talking about? And it doesn't just have to be about you, but your rookie class. How do you feel like you guys can help grow the league?
I think social media has definitely taken on a whole new level, especially in the sport of softball. The softball world's so small, and I think that the whole game is based off of social media a lot of times now, and I think that has a big thing to do with it. And we're all from different parts all over the place, and so we can spread our influence just to even the places that we're from and that we went to school. A lot of us went to different places to go to school, and I think that our influence gets just spread across the country in that way. But I'm really looking forward to see this league grow, especially in the next couple of years, and I'm really just happy to be a part of it.
Now, Madison, you had a comment and a question from somebody named Stephanie out there. Dear Madison, you're such an amazing player and an incredible role model. Every time you're announced for the Pride, my eyes are glued to the game. My question is, what do you think of when you're at bat? What do you tell yourself to keep motivated, even if an error was made? Thanks, go Pride.
What I tell myself really is I just try to tell myself that it's just me and the ball. Like, not try to worry about what the pitcher's going to throw me, but what I like to hit as a hitter and what I'm looking for each time I'm up to bat. You never want to give the pitcher too much credit. Sorry, pitchers. But you always want to just focus on yourself and, what you want to hit in every single at-bat. And, like I said, not give the pitcher too much credit.
I think that's some really, really good advice considering the pitchers that you faced in your time and can still continue to face. And as we all know, there's some really, really talented players on the Pride and just in the league, including former Olympians like Kat Osterman, Caitlin Lowe. What's it been like to play alongside those players that you grew up watching? Cassie, we'll go to you first. Cassie. Okay, Madison, you go ahead and answer it.
Okay. It's just great just being able to play with these girls. I mean, I'm having a blast so far. Like I said earlier, these are the girls that I looked up to and that I dreamed of playing against and with when I was younger. And so just that I get to chance to be on the field with them. I know the first game, right after I got pulled up, they threw me out there at short and Kat Osterman was on the mound. And I just kind of took a second. I'm like, wow, like I'm playing behind Kat Osterman right now. It's pretty exciting. And I just love every second of it. And every chance I get to be on the field with these girls is just really exciting, and I'm learning so much from all of them, from Danielle and even Kaylani, who I played against in the World Series not too long ago. We just we kind of feed off of each other, and we're learning so much.
And what's been the experience like to play with Natasha Watley, one of the best shortstops who have ever played the game? And now there's just been some defensive changes as well. And what's that situation been like, and how's it been going?
When I first, like I told you, when I looked at that roster and I saw Natasha was on it, I was really excited because I was hoping, I like just to learn as much as I can from her. And she is by far probably one of the nicest people that I've ever met. And she just has been helping me a lot, even if little things that she sees, even when she's out and left, she'll help me out and be like, hey, move here or do this with your feet. And just every little bit, I'm just trying to soak up everything that I can from her. She's an amazing athlete, and I just love watching her play still. And she's absolutely incredible.
Breja'e, are you still with us?
Yes, I had to reconnect. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just making sure that you're still there because I have a question for you. I mean, you grew up around Kat, played at Texas anyway, so you've been used to seeing her. But what are some other things that you've learned from not just Kat, but some of the other veterans that you guys play with on the Pride?
Oh my God, I've picked up on so many just little things. I think even when they're taking their BP or they're warming up, I know I never had to run in between innings. And so, I mean, it's just like little things like that I'm picking up on. And, they talk so much. And it's just like with this team, like you can't be afraid to ask questions. And I know we're all like us rookies, like we're all open for questions, and they're so nice and so open-heartedly to answering all of our questions. And I mean, I couldn't ask for a better team to be on, and I learned a lot from Caitlin Lowe. I mean, just watching her at bat, and being a student of the game, and her and Tasha. I mean, I'm just picking up on little things. I know me and Courtney, we're in their hitting group, so we're constantly, in their back pocket, like look at what this, like look at how they're hitting this pitcher, look at look what they're doing with this, and they're really helpful too.
Cassie, what about you? I know that you're one to pay attention to detail, and I think that that's such an important part of this game is to continue to learn. And you guys are 22, 23. You guys have played at the highest level. A lot of you guys played in Oklahoma City. So what still have you learned from these players that have played in the Olympics or even won national championships? What have you learned from playing with them with USSSA Pride?
I think my favorite thing that I've learned so far is the different styles of hitting, honestly. You look at Bridget Del Ponte and you look at Amanda Kamikona. They have two completely different styles of hitting, yet they can hit the ball 300 feet over the fence. It's just amazing to me how so much knowledge can come together into one team. And kind of like I said earlier, we're learning things every single day from different sides of the ball game, from hitting, from outfield to working a cutoff in a different place. I think it's really going to come in handy for those of us who are going to look into going into coaching, once we finish our careers.
Alexa, what's the biggest piece of advice that you could tell to a younger player or to a coach out there that about learning and about what you yourself have learned going to this next level? What's your biggest piece of advice?
I would say, well, growing up, I think I could have been an even better player than I am now had I not maybe like cut the corners and not pay. If I would have paid attention to detail where it needed to be, like I would have been even better than I am today. So my advice to like younger kids is that you really just need to, make every day count. Don't just count the days. Something that Coach White always stressed us is it's not about just trying to get through reps as quick as you can. Like make them quality. Make everything that you do count, because you never know when your last day of playing is going to be. So that's my piece of advice. I think is important. I think coaches need to instill that into their players. That sense of responsibility, and have them take that upon themselves to make themselves better every single day.
So we've kind of touched on this before. This is going to be another question from Barbara Grant. Courtney, what do you feel like has been the hardest part of going from playing in college to the pro level? Like really narrow it down maybe from a hitting perspective about what has been the hardest part.
I think the hardest part is, for me especially as a slapper and a bunter, that was the majority of my game through college. I hit a little bit, but not nearly as much as I played with a short game. And the hardest part is that, like I said before, the players that I'm playing against everyone's good. So every corner and first and third player against me that I see, they're very good. So trying to work my game and use all my utilities in my toolbox to just get myself on base is what's been difficult. The level of play is just so much higher, so really just trying to find holes in the defense, which there aren't as many as there were in college, that's for sure. So just trying to play the little cat and mouse game with my short game, and then also use the long ball a little more and hit for base hits rather than using so much short game.
Maddie, what about you? Talk about a little bit defensively what you've noticed has been the difference from the going from college to pro.
I just noticed every time like I move a little bit on the field, like trying to like position myself to get the ground balls. Like each hitter is looking, I feel like, and reading the whole defense and seeing where they're on. Not just slappers, but even the big hitters too are constantly looking like where are they playing, trying to just pick up little things. And so it's almost like I got to catch myself and I got to be really subtle about where I'm moving, what different things I'm doing, and I think that's the biggest thing defensively that I've had to learn. Plus, everybody's really fast too as well, and just playing on the different terrains that we played on turf, we play on dirt, we play on grass, and so just going all from those three, just and sometimes there's mounds in the middle, just learning from all of those and just adjusting, I think has been the hardest thing for me.
Who do you feel like is the fastest player that you've had to throw out at first base? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh, you're putting me on the spot. Shoot.
Does Breja'e count?
Yeah, I know. I was like, is it my own teammates count?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, just in practices with Tasha and Caitlin and Breja'e and Sharonda. I mean, even this one over here too. They're all so fast, and I mean, especially in practice, they're right one after another too. So it's like slapper, 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 and then if you get too close, then they're just going to hit it at your face. So it's like you got to constantly be reading, and if you bobble the ball even a little bit, they're already going to be like rounding going to two. So yeah, they're super fast. That's for sure.
Question from Sammy Karen via WSN247.com, and this is actually for Alexa. Is it hard being so far from your home in Oregon?
Yeah, actually, that's was probably one of the biggest changes I've had to go through. I'm from Salem, Oregon, which is only an hour north of Eugene, and so for all of my games at Oregon, I was had all my family there. I could go home on the weekend if we had a weekend off, and now I can't do that. So that's been a change. But I've been able to use Skype and talk on the phone a lot with my family and fiance, and it's been good. So.
Social network and every kind of app ever invented is pretty amazing. And what about, okay, Breja'e, a question from Sarah Whitcop. While you're growing up, did you play multiple sports or just softball?
I actually ran track. It wasn't something that I was really dedicated to. It was more like, hey, you're fast, so can you come run on the track team in high school? So like in track and softball was in the same season, so I wasn't able to just commit myself to one and the other. I chose softball. So I mean, on those days where I could go to the track meet, I would go and, you know, show up and do what I can, help the team out. But I never really just stuck with, you know, multiple sports. I kind of just stuck with softball and left it at that.
Okay, another question from the same Sarah for everybody, but Cassie, go ahead and answer it first. Who did you look up to when you were young?
Funny story. Kat Osterman was kind of my idol, even though I wasn't a pitcher. So it's been pretty crazy to go from, you know, having being the little kid that goes to her and asks for her autograph when I was 12 at Texas Longhorn games, to suddenly being her teammate and putting on the same jersey as her. You know, it's been very crazy, very surreal. I'm very fortunate to be in this position for sure.
What about you, Courtney?
Actually, I'm kind of in the same boat Cassie was. My idol has been Natasha Watley since I started playing softball. I watched her in the Olympics. I watched her in college. When UCLA came to play Cal, I was down at those games. And so just watching Natasha as I grew up, and then, you know, knowing that she was going to be on my team, and when I got drafted, knowing that not only was I going to meet with her and, you know, get to talk to her and have that experience, but I was also going to be her teammate, and I was now on the same level with her, which is crazy, and it's amazing. So Natasha has always been my idol, and still is to this day, even though I'm her teammate now, which is crazy.
Breja'e, same question.
I'm in the same boat as them. I mean, I'm playing on the team with all my idols. Actually, Kat Osterman is the reason why, you know, I wanted to go to Texas real bad, and, you know, I'm glad I was so blessed to be able to, you know, say I've done that. And then, I mean, as far as like hitting wise, I mean, Tasha and Lo, those have always been my idols. I'm like, I know everyone's like, they're fast. I'm like, yeah, I know, like, I'm fast too. So, like, I mean, I've always just been big fans of theirs. And I mean, to be able to say like, hey, like, I'm on the team with Natasha Watley and Caitlin Lowe, it's like, it's beyond a dream come true. It's like sometimes I can't even put into words.
Okay, I want to ask a little bit more from that, because David Burmia sent a question via WSN247.com for you, Breja'e. And it says, my 10-year-old daughter is struggling to be confident that I notice she is often stepping out of the box, and it usually has to do with a faster pitcher. What advice can you offer to help her boost her confidence while at the same time helping to overcome her fear of getting hit?
So she's scared of inside pitches. I would say, I mean, you got to keep your same pace. I mean, just because a pitcher's throwing fast don't mean that, you know, you have to run out of the box. I mean, I think you can still keep the same pace and just keep your feet back. And as far as confident-wise, that's just something that you just got to have. You got to know, like, hey, like, you're on this field and I'm on this field for a reason too. And I mean, I think that's something that's always like helped me just really play the game so well, because I'm always confident. I don't care if I'm the sorriest person on the team. I'm not gonna ever admit that. But I mean, just confidence is something that you just gotta have. Like just gain a swag. I mean, I know I have that, and the rookies always make fun of me, but I kind of do the most sometimes. But I mean, have fun too. Just don't be afraid to play the game. You're gonna make mistakes. You're not perfect.
On that note, if anybody is just joining us, or just as a reminder, we're here with the USSSA Pride rookie class of 2014, including Alexa Peterson, Breja'e Washington, Cassie Tysarczyk, Courtney Ceo, and Maddie Shipman. And we're going to have two USSSA Pride shirt giveaways that are signed by all the lovely ladies joining me right now. And I think that it's time for one, because Sarah Whitcop has asked about 12 to 15 questions, and she is like dedicated question asker. So we're going to go ahead and give one to her. Sarah, thank you so much for all of your questions. I love the fact that you're like interested and curious, and you're taking advantage of an amazing opportunity. So props to you. You definitely should be able to get a t-shirt. Let's talk about how you guys all room together.
Well, Breja'e is the only one who is not in our rookie house with us, unfortunately, and we're very sad about it.
Is it like the real world on a daily basis, or what?
I was requested. Everyone wanted to live with me, so sorry.
Obviously. Look at that eyes. I shouldn't be talking. I got these ugly glasses on.
It's the swag. It's Breja'e swag.
Okay, so Cassie, tell me. I mean, be real with me here. We have an A&M connection. Are there any good roommate stories?
Oh, very good.
Okay, so we were making breakfast one morning, Lex, Court, Maddie, and I, and we decided to make breakfast sandwiches, and everybody was doing their part. We decided to put Maddie in charge of the bacon. Probably wasn't the best idea because she ended up like smoking us out of the house. We had brooms at the little fire detector, smoke detector things, and it was brown, black, ashy bacon.
Okay, in my defense, I did tell them that I can't cook before we even started making breakfast sandwiches. So I think it's Cassie's fault because she put me in charge of the bacon.
The bacon on high.
Okay, so it
We
is
have confidence in you, Maddie.
too much responsibility with the bacon.
Next time, just let her make cereal. Just
Next
milk
time, I think
and
we'll have her
cereal.
pour the orange juice, and we'll be set.
Yes,
Yeah,
I agree.
I can do that really well.
Do you guys remember how cool it was to like go from high school to go to college and like finally get to live on your own, no parents, and then now you guys get to do it kind of at a different level. Maddie, what was it like? I mean, even not just like from college to NPF, but from like high school to go to college, like what was it like to live on your own and be away from your parents?
It's a big step, that's for sure. I know I was really excited. I wanted to go somewhere away from home. I love my family and I miss them a lot, but I wanted to experience something completely different from where I grew up in Southern California. So I was really excited. Dorm life was interesting, that's for sure. But, you know, I think you just meet a whole bunch of people just being, in such close quarters with everybody. And, they're girls that I became really good friends with and still I am friends with to this day. But yeah, I like to think that coming here and being a rookie this year is like my freshman year all over again. We're sharing cars, like, trying to juggle between who has the car at this time, who has the car at this time. We get the rookie duties of carrying around the extra uniform bag. So we toss that around between the 5 of us. But I've been having a great time so far, and these girls are awesome.
Always good, always good. Question for you, Maddie. From Jasmine Vicenzo via WSN247.com. What would you say is your biggest strength as a hitter, and how would you say your time at Tennessee has contributed to your breakout in the NPF? So answer the first one first. What do you feel like is your biggest strength as a hitter?
I like to think that I can hit everything, which my college coach, Coach Ralph Weekly, would like to say sometimes I got the best of me is because I always never saw a pitch that I didn't like. But I think it works to my advantage because when I get up to bat, I'm definitely not picky at all. I see something good that I want to hit and I go for it. And I think you can't be too scared when you get up to bat, and people can't be too picky. You want to look for something that you like, but at the same time, you don't want to just go up there with the bat on your shoulder. And so Ralph likes to call me a free swinger, but I totally embrace it. That's for sure.
And what would you say, or how would you say that your time at Tennessee has contributed to your experience in the NPF and just doing so well?
I think over the 4 years that I was there, like I said, I'm a free swinger, but at the same time, at my senior year especially, I really learned to tone that down into the strike zone, not just like swinging at everything that I saw, but things that were within the strike zone that I could actually hit well. And so I really tried to, kind of just bring myself into that strike zone that whole senior year. And I think it increased my walks, which I learned were a good thing. And when I did get pitches that were in my zone, I was ready to drive them. So.
Cassie, a question from Kristen Richards. I'm a huge fan. I followed your career all throughout your senior year. You are so awesome. I'm sure somebody paid this person to say that, Cassie. I don't know what they're thinking. But what's the best advice that you can give to Kristen who's trying to play softball in college?
I think the best advice I can give Kristen is to obviously keep following your dreams. I think that each one of us can look back to a point in our careers where we didn't think that we could make it to this level. There was a time where we struck out and had a terrible game and got pissed, got upset with ourselves, and you just have to remember that if you put in the hard work, you're going to end up where you want to be. I think I can vouch for all these girls in saying that we put in the hard work in our collegiate careers, and we continue to put the hard work in today, just to be the best we can be. So my big thing is, like, dream big. You can't ever dream big enough. If your dreams aren't big enough, then, you know, keep dreaming, because, you know, like I said, we all went to, you know, these big schools, and, you know, we've been wanting to play at this level since we were little kids, and now we're here, and very thankful. They're very thankful to be here.
Okay, next question for Alexa and Courtney. It's from Shannon Stockfleth via WSN247.com. Alexa, you go first. What were some of your favorite memories in playing for the Ducks?
Oh, man.
We're just talking about a good one.
This might be a bad one. This might upset some
Even
people.
better. Even better. Bring it.
My favorite memory, personally, was, and it might actually be Court's too, we talked about it a lot, when we went to Texas.
I knew you were going to go
there.
Yeah.
I'm going there. Sorry. Yeah, Court's and mine's sophomore year, we went to Texas, kind of as the underdog, going there for our super regional, and the winner of, you know, 2 out of 3 games was going to go to the World Series, and we went in there and they had some rowdy fans. There was there was a lot of scuffling on the field, and yeah, so we ended up coming out with 2 W's after losing the first one, and we kind of fought really hard, and ended up making it to the World Series for the first time since 1989. So for me, that was my favorite memory as our team, was just being able to get there.
I called those games. That was fun getting to be a part of that. That was a really, like you said, intense series. Yep. Courtney, what do you think is your biggest memory? And you have to say something different other than that.
Oh, gosh. I could go on for hours about...
Okay, well, we don't have hours, so you're going to have to cut it down a little bit.
I know. I'm trying to think. I wrote down a little list here. I was showing Maddie.
She really did.
I did.
Really
There's a little list
she
here.
Wrote down the list.
So I think one of the ones that I could say was my favorite, other than going to the World Series, like Lex said, and being in Texas, but was winning Pac-12 for the first time in school history. And not only doing it once, but then repeating it the year after me and Lex's junior and senior year. Winning that first Pac-12 championship was just awesome. I can't even describe the feeling, because Oregon wasn't known as, you know, a dominant team in the Pac-12 or even in the nation, and that's changed in the last couple years. And then having everyone pretty much doubt us and saying it was a fluke, and then we come right back the next year and we just kill it again. And so definitely getting those 2 rings was huge for us, and I think that's one of my favorite memories.
Okay, for Courtney, this is for you again from Martin Mortensen. In high school and college, you have been called the Rabbit, parentheses, because of your tremendous speed by many of your supportive fans. Has this nickname caught on with your Pride teammates and local fans in the NPF?
Funny about that, when I got here, I knew that had been one of my nicknames, and I have been called that a lot. And when I got here, the first game I was here, I actually heard Kelly Kretschmann call Natasha and Caitlin Rabbits. And she was like, all right, Rabbits, here you go, get us on base. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. It kind of, you know, clicked with me, and it was one of those little fuzzy moments. But I think just for all of us faster runners on the team, that's kind of a nickname. So it's more of a term, I think, for our team really than a nickname for me personally. But I don't think it's necessarily caught on for me officially as my nickname. I think Ceo's pretty much on lockdown for that. But but it is within the NPF, that's for sure.
Okay, but speaking of nicknames, do you guys have any other nicknames or any nicknames for any of your other teammates, Maddie?
None out of the ordinary, really. What? I can't think of it.
Petey, who calls you Peter?
Peter.
I think was it Blair?
It is. I think it is Blair.
Yeah, she calls me Peter. I'm fine with that. I don't care.
We call Kelly Kelly Clutchman.
That's, yep.
Clutchman.
That's their nicknames.
Mm.
Not really. Not at the military.
Okay, Breja'e from, oh, this is so cute. I love it. Reggie Washington via WSN247.com. Your uncle is proud of you. Is it Breja'e or Breja'e?
I hope it's Breja'e.
What is your nickname? Breja'e. Okay. Does your team play any West Coast games? Wants to know.
No, not until we come to Palm Springs in February, I believe. Thanks, Sean.
You're crazy. So you guys are going to Palm Springs? Tell me about that. Maddie.
Knew it. We go and I think we play a few games before the big Palm Springs tournament. Go ahead, Breja'e. Go ahead.
I was just going to say from experience that I've seen Pride out there. I've seen them last year when we were out in Palm Springs, so I figured they're going to go this year, and I get to be there wearing a different uniform. But yeah.
I love that tournament. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
For everybody, quickly tell me, this is from Sammy Karen, easy question. How long have you guys been playing softball? Alexa, go.
I've been playing since I was 5 when I started T-ball.
Breja'e.
12.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, I couldn't play T-ball. I got kicked off the team because I couldn't hit the ball off the tee, so I quit and played. I cheerleaded for 7 years. Don't judge. I cheerleaded for 7 years, and then I started playing softball when I got to middle school.
That's a really good story that you started a little bit later than everybody, and you still are now a professional athlete and had such a successful collegiate career. That's awesome. Cassie, what about you?
I started playing when I was 4, but that was the point where you like pick flowers in the outfield and do cartwheels and stuff. So seriously, probably 8 or 9.
Courtney's still picking flowers with her style. Courtney, how old were you when you started?
I was 8.
And Maddie?
Yeah.
I was 8.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I really like this question, and this is for everybody, and we might need to come back to it just to give it some thought, but it's from Stephanie, and she says, can you sum up the college pro softball experience in one word?
Oh, man.
I know, that's a tough one. That's a
one
really hard
word.
one.
That's deep.
Why you got to do us like that?
That's
One
deep.
word.
They have to start in
It's
our
Stephanie's
text
fault. I
message.
just say what they asked me to ask.
I would have to say a blessing. Just all in itself, like being able to go
2
and
letters.
play.
2 words.
It's 2 letters.
A blessing.
Okay,
2.
sorry.
Leave out the A or the blessing.
My word is blessing.
Breja'e.
Unforgettable.
Cassie.
I'm going to take a hard pass. You can come back to me later, but I can't think of one right now.
Unacceptable. Courtney.
Fortunate.
Maddie.
Passionate.
Cassie, one last chance. We ain't coming back, darling.
It's wonderful.
Beautiful. Okay. I really like this question a lot, too. That was really a cute little move there. From Ashley Stutzman, this is for Cassie and Maddie. And this is interesting to me because I think that a lot of people would be curious about this. How does it feel to go from playing against each other in the SEC to being teammates now on the Pride? Maddie, you go first.
Cassie was actually one of the first people that I met when they brought me down to Florida, and yeah, we've been playing against each other, I guess, just for the past 2 years since Texas A&M got brought into the SEC. But I just knew whenever we played them, like she was the hitter that we feared the most on our team. We were like, do not pitch the ball to Tysarczyk. Just butchered your last name.
I'm offended.
What? We were like, do not pitch to her. But she still managed to hit a few out off of us. But that's okay. It's okay. But no, it's been great. I mean, I just love talking to all the other girls about their different experiences, especially within the SEC, because you kind of just think all the teams are kind of run the same way yours is, but it's cool to hear like the different things that different coaches do, just within the SEC. But she's been pretty cool so far. We're road roommates, so we've gotten to know each other very well.
Cassie, what's your response to that?
I'm just really happy that I can be on the other side of Maddie hitting home runs. If I'm going to be completely honest. But yeah, she's one of the best hitters in the SEC. Obviously, SEC Player of the Year. So I'm very thankful to be on this side of it now. Maddie and I actually had an exchange. We talked about it before. Our junior year, I was on second base and she was at short, and we had a little conversation. A good one. It wasn't bad by any means, but yeah, it was very nice to meet her in person and kind of put a personality to a face and a player. And she's been great. She's been wonderful. I'm very happy that we're roommates.
Awesome.
Oh,
I know. It's a Dear Diary moment. Okay, so the season is from, the end of May to August, right? So you guys are rookies, all of you. What are you guys doing at the end of this season? Alexa?
We'll end it in Hoover for the championship series there, and once I get there, I'm going to be actually staying there because 15 minutes away, I've accepted the assistant coaching job at University of Montevallo, and so I'm going to be the assistant coach there. I'm going to be signing the contract soon, but it's not solidified yet, but I've accepted the position, and yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing all of next year.
Really convenient and ironic that it's 15 minutes away from where you guys are playing the championship game.
Yeah.
Breja'e, what about you?
I will be going back to graduate in the fall, and then I'll just be in Austin, hanging around in Austin because I can't leave Texas, and probably doing lessons in camps and clinics and things like that.
When will you graduate? December or May 2015?
I'll graduate in December.
Okay. What about you, Cassie?
I will be headed back to A&M. I will be finishing my master's. I'm a year in right now, and I will be finishing my master's and helping out with the Texas A&M softball team.
So you'll be done in December?
I won't be graduating until May, so I'm going to kind of stretch it out so I can work with the team as long as I can.
Courtney, what's your plans?
I am planning on going to get my master's, and it's not official yet, but I'm looking to do it at LSU. So.
SEC.
I've accepted the graduate assistant position there, and so I just got to get all the little minor details figured out, and I'm going back to school.
Maddie?
I will be finishing up my undergrad in the fall, so like Breja'e, I'll be graduating in December, and then in the spring, I will be volunteer coach for the Lady Ball softball team.
Nice. Let's ask another question to Breja'e from Krista Valdez. Hey, Breja'e, I hear you rap. Do you bust rhymes before every game?
That's really funny. I would like to think my freestyle is really good, but sometimes it's a little, rough. But if Blair gets on the beat, then I can lay something down. That's really funny.
Where's Blair? Get Blair over here.
I know, she's not home.
Dang it.
How has that been with playing with three different Texas people? Megan Willis, Blair Luna, and Kat Osterman. I'm not missing anybody, right? You? There's four of you?
No. Yep, it's four of us. It's been fun. I mean, I know we play around and trash talk to everyone else. I know Cass always tries to put the horns down. So, we all battle it out and we all gang up on her because it is four of us and one of her.
Hey, I got Sho and I got Jamie. Now I got Jamie Lopez and Sharonda McDonald.
They're never around.
Speaking of that, Kat Osterman actually sent in a question. I
know what it is.
Oh, no.
And I think it's an important one to discuss with everybody because I think that Kat wants to have an answer. So
it's not her. It's not her.
We'll start with you, Courtney. Who is your favorite veteran on the USSSA Pride? I just think that we need to hear it. I think it's time to talk about it.
She paid us.
Oh, man. Can I take a hard pass like Cassie did? I'm not sure. I need to plan out what I say right now.
I won't make it. Somebody say, Maddie, go ahead and say the politically correct answer that we love all of the veterans and they're all really great and they're awesome. Go ahead, Maddie.
We love them all. They're all our favorites, so we can't narrow it down to just one.
Yeah, we don't pick favorites
We don't pick favorites. We love them all.
We love our rookies. That's who we love.
There we go.
Okay, Court, you need to stop for a second or we're going to get ganged up on tomorrow.
You're right, we are. Okay, let's throw out Kat. Since Kat said in the question, our favorite is Kat Osterman because she's tuning into our Google Hangout right now.
Yes, we love her.
We love Kat.
She's our favorite.
Can we get her autograph?
Yeah.
Post
Give her an autograph.
For sure, a big shout out to Kat. A little bit more serious question for Cassie, and this comes from Goaler. Can Cassie talk about how important time management is for high school athletes? Because you started your master's your senior year.
Right. So I actually did my undergrad in 3 years at Texas A&M. So I went into my senior season, fall of 2013, beginning my master's degree. I came into Texas A&M with, I think, 21 undergraduate hours. So I took, AP classes, dual credit classes, made sure that they would transfer into A&M. So I actually came in almost a sophomore. That's given me the opportunity to go ahead and, complete my master's degree in 5 years. So all about time management, kind of like Goaler was saying. And it's all about being persistent in your classwork. So if you think that you can get a B in a more difficult class, that gets you college credit. It's better than taking the A in an easy class where you can go in and watch movies and take a test every 6 weeks or something like that in high school. It's really worth the hard work. I'm a testament to that. And it's worth all the time and all the hard work you put into it because it really pays off in the end. And it's saving a lot of time going back to school when if I were to go get my master's, it would have taken a lot longer than it initially took. So very important.
Important to note for people who are just listening that it's like not normal to get your college degree in 3 years. Like you get it in like 4.5 or 5. Like props to you. The fact that Cassie did it. Yeah, the fact that Cassie did it in 3 is pretty incredible.
At least Goaler is in the same boat, so it's doable as a collegiate athlete.
Appreciate Goaler chiming in from the Bandits too. That's cool.
Yeah.
Question for Courtney and Alexa from Jessica. Alexa, you can go first. What's your game day routine?
I usually wake up pretty late, probably around 10 or 11. I figure I have the opportunity to sleep in now, so I might as well take advantage of that because in the future I'm gonna have to get up early. So I get up, eat breakfast, hang out. I don't know, nothing too crazy routine. Usually the four of us will try to go and grab something to eat on our way to the game and get there. Sometimes we'll get there for early hitting, get some extra BP in, and yeah.
Court?
For me, definitely whenever the game starts, I definitely have to make sure that I eat before the game. I get a little grumpy if I don't eat.
It's called hangry. I get it too. Hangry.
Yeah. I get a fooditude if I don't eat, probably like every 2 hours, I'm not going to lie. So eating is definitely the main priority before a game. Eating. Doesn't matter what, I just have to eat. And then routine-wise, I put my uniform on the same way every time I put it on and just kind of get mentally prepared in the locker room when I get in there. So that's about it.
Does the time change from that you guys show up before the game to prepare for the game from college to the pro level?
I wouldn't say it changes too much. It's about the same time. It's just a little more laid back and relaxed. It's more that we just do what we need to get ready rather than a structured amount of swings or ground balls or anything like that. It's more based on what we need to do to get ready. So I think it's just a little more laid back.
Yeah, it's not mandatory meals.
Sorry, Breja'e, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, it's not mandatory meals. Normally you have to be at the field to eat with your team as a whole. We kind of just do our own thing.
Okay, for somebody who doesn't like really know about the NPF, and I want you guys to give a little bit more of an insight. Like, what is your favorite thing about getting to play in the NPF, and about the experience that you're getting to have? Maddie, you can go ahead and start.
I just think the level of competition is so high. I mean, every single time we go out there on the field, I mean, the girls are the best at what they do, and you know, even like we got, you know, Olympians on our team, and then, you know, we go and face the Bandits. They got Monica out there pitching, and then you go face the Racers, and you got Lisa Norris out there pitching. I mean, they're like, everybody is super, super good at what they do, and I just love the competition. Every time we step out on the field, everybody is just amazing. And, you know, even still, we'll be playing against somebody, and then somebody will make a great play, and I'm like, wow, she's so good. And I mean, it's pretty cool to be able to see and play against all these girls that are just amazing at what they do.
Courtney, what about you?
I'm kind of in the same boat with Maddie. To give a little insight to people who don't really know what it is or don't tune into it too often, it's just the level of talent and athleticism that is in the NPF is outstanding. And watching games that are being played with the best of the best, it's really fun and exciting. And the people that you hear about in college and the top players from the World Series or their conferences, and you hear about them all the time in college, and then we get here and it's just the best of the best battling out on the field and working together, and the defenses and the offenses that get put out there. It's just it's outstanding. So really just the level of play and how good everyone is on the field.
Cass?
I'm going to kind of go along the same route. I love how we can hang out with the other teams. You know, there's only 4 teams in the league, so pretty much everybody knows everybody. It's not like college ball when you can travel for a weekend and not know a soul on the other team, and you can't hang out with them. But here it's like you make friends on every team because you see each other so much in the summer, and kind of like along the lines that Maddie was saying, if somebody makes a great play, it's like, wow, you're going to tip your hat to them and be like, that's great, like you're still playing with passion. So yeah, I love that everybody knows everybody, and that it's the girls we looked up to when we were 10 or 12 still playing on the field alongside and against us.
Breja'e?
They kind of covered it all. It's like.
Here's a better question, and
okay.
You and Alexa can answer it because of that. Was it what you were expecting? What is different than what you expected?
I think kind of going back to the whole structure thing, I think I expected us to be on like this strict timeline, and it's so cool because when we travel to other places like Chicago and things, we kind of do more touristy things. Like we can go out and see different things versus just like being cooped up in a hotel and, you know, getting your mind right for the game. Like everyone kind of just does their own thing, and, you know, like, hey, if you want to go hang out with this group, you know, then go do that, and you can just go enjoy. And I don't know, it's just fun. Like we just have fun. It's just I don't really know how else to explain it.
Alexa, wrap us up with that question. Anything else that you want to, I mean, maybe even just like let people know about the NPF that maybe you didn't know before you got here?
Well, kind of the same thing Breja'e just said, just having it a little bit less structured than college, because in college they have a lot of rules they have to abide by, and timing and everything has to be really structured. And so that was kind of nice to be able to, like, you go to college from high school and you're given a lot of responsibility, but then now that we're out officially on our own, like I'm 3,000 miles away from my family, I'm officially on my own. And so it's nice to be able to have a little bit unstructured and have to take responsibility and kind of grow up myself.
Okay, a couple of last questions. This is via Kelly Crutchman, who I think is listening. She says the only reason the Pride rookies listed Kat as their favorite is because she asked the question. So Kelly she wants to make sure that everybody knows that, because Kelly, being a veteran herself, I think she's a little bit hurt because of that.
Bitter.
Let's talk about, this will be the last question that we do for the night, comes from Texasville to Courtney. And he had 2 questions, but this one is going to be my favorite. Who will you root for in 2015 if Texas plays Oregon? Being that your sister, Stephanie, plays at Texas.
Oh, man. That is a terrible question.
Love it, Texasville. Bring it.
It's terrible, but it's awesome. You know, I love my little sister to death, but burnt orange is just an ugly color, so I will have to root for Oregon. I will have to root for Oregon. I love you, Steph, and I will want you to win when you're on my team, but ugh, go down.
I look good. I look good in that uniform. Thank you very much.
Don't lie.
That little bright yellow with that little quack duck.
He is so cute. Check out our uniforms. Check out our uniforms.
It's only, you know what?
Burnt orange is a very, and I'm not just saying this because I'm from A&M, burnt orange is a tough color. It really is. It's a tough color.
I rock it.
Who votes that burnt orange is a gross color?
Tennessee orange is way better.
No, don't even get me started on that ugly color. Look at this. Lovely.
Oh, man.
Okay, last giveaway, and it's going to go to Stephanie Hurwitz. She gets the USSSA Pride t-shirt that is signed by all 5 of you guys. So, Stephanie, thank you for your questions.
Before we go, can we shout out to our teammates, because we know a bunch of them are tuned in right now, and we love them very much.
Yeah, go
and you're all our favorites. You're all our favorites.
We love you all.
Hi, Kel.
Hey, Breja'e, maybe she won't kick you out of the hacky circle tomorrow now.
Yeah, probably.
Chill.
You're in for another day.
Yeah, hold on. Time out.
They didn't ask about hacky. Hey, the session's over. Questions are done.
No, it's not done. Hold on. Remember, we started a little bit late, so we technically have 2 or 3 more minutes.
Enough
I know that Pride plays a little hacky.
Excuse me, Amanda. It's over.
Moderator here, Miss Sassy Pants. I want to know from Cassie, what are Breja'e's hacky sack skills like, and maybe they're not the best. What's going on?
What hacky sack skills is the more important question. They are non-existent. Courtney and I yesterday were playing with no shoes on, and we were better than Breja'e with her shoes on. We don't even know which foot is her good foot.
We were indoors. We were indoors.
Not gonna make an excuse. Professionals don't make excuses, Breja'e.
You're right. Well, I'm not good with the hacky at kicking things, but my legs work in better places, like running the bases. I can run the bases.
Okay. On behalf of WSN, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for participating in the USSSA Pride Rookies Class of 2014 Hangout. I know, that's fancy. I know. If you didn't get a chance to watch all of tonight's Hangout, it's going to be available later on this evening at WSN247.com. For the latest information and news on your favorite women's sports and female athletes, make sure that you follow at WSN247 on social media and on the web at WSN247.com. Thank you, Alexa. Thank you, Breja'e. Thank you, Cassie. Thank you, Maddie, and thank you, Courtney, for joining us, and thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This is a lot of fun. It goes by fast. Maybe we can dive down into some more details about being a rookie at some other later time. But thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
And gig 'em, Amanda.
Thank you.
Gig 'em.
Go Dogs.
Go Orange. Go Big Orange.
Go Pride.